Hello there. In this video I'm going to show you how you can create this personalised earring. I've used a character A, Harrington font A, and I've used the Christian symbol for a cross, which is taken from our Easter patterns. And we're going to use Fluid Designer for 3D printing to do this. So we're going to use a wire connector for the fish hook to go through. So this is a 1.5mm diameter hole. I'm going to use, not a Hebrew font, I'm going to use a Harrington font in this case. So I'm going to use this character here, this letter A from the Harrington fonts folder. I'm also going to use the Easter patterns, one of these. So there are some different symbols here for Easter, and I'm going to use there's a cross symbol in here, so it's cross pattern 002 that I'm going to use in this instance, and I'm going to put all of these inside a heart pattern, and there are different heart patterns that you can choose from. I'm going to choose 005, so I just drag and drop that onto the workspace. Now this is a parametric smart object, so we can change the thickness of it. We could make it deeper, but that'll be too heavy for an earring. What we want to do is to take it down to 1 by 1mm, so that's 1mm there, 1mm deep. That'll keep the weight down. And if I just view it from the top now, so I can first of all I can add the Harrington font. So I'm going to add this letter A to my heart earring, and we do that by going to File and Append. And just go up through the menu system until you get to the Groups folder. We're looking for the Alphabet Harrington Fonts folder, and we want A and Object. We always append the objects in Fluid Designer, so we append that from the library. Now that's a little bit too big at the moment, and as you can see the cross section's slightly different. But we'll change that in a second. So first of all I'm going to scale it down, and I'll just switch on screencast key so you can see key presses down here. So I'm pressing S on the keyboard for scale, and I'm just going to take it down, probably to there, to 0.8. Now whenever you do that in Fluid Designer, when you're working with the curves, you must always do Control A and apply the scale, and notice the thickness will change as you do that. If you don't do that, then the thickness value over here will not be right anymore, so you must do that. So I'll reposition that A somewhere there. Now I want to add in the cross. Well, that was in the Easter patterns, so it was in this folder here, Patterns Easter, and I'm looking for cross pattern 002. That's the object I want to append. So I go to File and Append. Just go up through the menu system until you get to the Groups folder. We're looking for the Patterns Easter folder, and I want cross pattern 002. And let's say we always append the objects, so it's cross pattern 002. We append that from the library. Now this is bigger than I want, so I'm going to scale this down. So it's S on the keyboard, and I can just scale it down until I get to a size that I'm happy with. I'll leave it at that, I think. And always remember to do Control A and apply the scale. Probably scale that down a little bit too much. Let me do Control Z, Control Z, Control Z, Control Z to get it back to its original size, and I'll scale it again. And I'll just go down to 0.7, I think. Control A and apply the scale. I think that's probably a little bit better size, so that sort of fits in there. Now to control this, if I switch off the snap, I've got better control than with the snap, so I can position it wherever I want. That's okay. I think I'm quite happy with that. But as you can see, the thickness of this is also 1 by 2 like the A. Now if we highlight the cross, hold down the Shift key and highlight the A and join them together, and then if we highlight the heart afterwards, this is the last object, if we join them to the heart, they will take on the same cross section of the heart, which remember is 1 by 1, which is what we want for an earring. So the only thing we need to do now is to put a ring at the top, and that's in 3D templates connectors. So I'm going to use the 1.5mm diameter hole, assuming that you've got a 1mm thick wire. So I go to File and Append, go up through the menu system, go to 3D templates connectors, and we want a wire connector with a 1.5mm diameter hole, and we just append that from the library. Just zoom in and click on it to highlight it, and you can position it there. You check with wireframe, you can see it's in the middle, and material mode. And again, if we hold down the shift key and if we highlight the heart earring and go to Tools, Object Tools and Join, then that wire connector will take on the same cross section as this heart earring. Okay, so all you need to do now is export it as an OBJ or as an STL file. I use OBJ. I export it to the desktop, and it's a personalized Christian heart earring. So you export that, and then what you must do, always must do this, you must go to Netfab Basic and open it and just run the repair procedure. I did do this earlier, but you must do this, otherwise you won't have a repaired object that's 3D printable. And click Apply Repair and remove the old part. And one of the things you can see in Netfab is the volume of this, 0.19 centimeters cubed. If we move the decimal place one place to the right, it reads as 1.9. That means that the weight of this is approximately 1.9 grams if you do it in silver, approximately. So that gives you an indication of the weight. So that's how easy it is to create this earring. Thank you.